on the winner's bracket, guarantee that spot against an SPL team to fight up in the next half of the bracket. Could be a big moment for both these teams. They're 4-0 going into the set, but one of them's got to take a loss here. Who's it going to be in game number one? Will it be the Wargs? Will it be the Mambo? Let's jump right into the casters.
The two EU powerhouses this weekend. We've seen on Twitter.
Terra always phenomenal in situations like that, but otherwise, the hard CC of Julio, great on knockup, great on aggression. Maybe hard to do to peel.
Citrine Beacon once again, and Kha'Zix is the engaged target off the bat, has to run away. And now it's Johnny who's in on the back line with Julio, and forced into the barrage is Davey, but the shell and the ultimate comes through, almost saves the life, but Julio grabs the first blood for the Mambo and forces the Wargs back under the tier 1 tower. They've taken positioning, and it looks like they'll take the beacon.
I can't believe Johnny gets away with that. Getting into the backline as Kali, difficult with ultimate. Has ultimate, doesn't even need to use it, and the fight continues. A TP in from Kana.
On his back, and Spudio Aegis gets forced. He doesn't have the ultimate anymore, but he doesn't need it. I'll get the dash out, and this Wargs hesitation on the second half of this engagement, though, and Johnny is still behind. Critical positioning here, and the ultimate, the safety tools have been used, but the peel comes out, Preds with a huge stun, but Rapio dove too far and gets caught out by Spudio. Kana is trapped as well as Johnny finds the ADC. A 2-for-1 thus far. Make it 3. If they finish off Kana, it'll be a double kill for Spudio, and Hex Mambo once again find themselves winning a fight.
Look, I know that should be it.
They know that it's coming, and they do have the runic bombs in the pocket. They might look for the weighted coin flip. Julio's in the field. It's getting low, and the Wargs secure the Fire Giants and are now on their way out. Kana will fall in return.
Yikes.
They'll hope to keep as many alive as possible. The support falls as well. A 2-for-0
Johnny
for the unenhanced Fire Giant. But Johnny looking to make it more. Both of these junglers have the critical positioning. Johnny in mid lane as well. Will surely be looking for a flank here, but he walks over Ward and they find the engage. Hawk, the execute is timed perfectly, and the mid laner's taken out first in this fight. But look at Johnny, he is behind the entire enemy team, and Rapio has found a double execute onto the members of Hex Mambo, while Johnny picks up the ADC and is looking for more. A triple for Rapio, and Julio has to clean it up with a double kill of his own, and all of a sudden a 3-for-3 leaves Spudio and Julio fighting for their lives. Just barely enough damage, and Spudio grabs a double of his own. A deicide for Hex Mambo. They'll push down right lane.
Beautiful team fight for Rapio. Gotta get that out of the way. How do we stick to the carries? How do we get in there and stick to them? You don't have the initiation consistently. Kana, Sunder connects. He's just dead. Easy pickup for Spudio. Kana, what are you doing so far up, bud? That early in the game, and then Johnny makes it happen here?
Destruction channel. He'll get out with a pick, and out of nowhere, it is a 2-for-0 in favor of the Mambo, and that's going to make room for them around this enhanced Fire Giant. They may not even be done here, as Julio is on zone duty. This is falling slow, though. It's only Spudio and Kha'Zix on the fight, but Rapio gets caught as well. It is 3 picks in a row, and with that, the rest of the Wargs have to back off.
Hex Mambo, clean. This pick base can play without their jungler.
5v4 here, and they do have a minion wave a couple seconds behind them as they push under this middle Phoenix. A triple stun there for the support, and that enables Johnny. He's in on the mid laner,
Can't do that.
Nobody can help Gunter. It's just the Aegis, but Johnny will find the pick, and he's still alive in the back line. That makes room for Hawk. He grabs Preds, and they grab the middle Phoenix as well. It's just the 2 members remaining, and they do not have enough to stop it. The push down. Hex Mambo take game 1.
Hex Mambo. They wrote up this script.
Hex Mambo coming out on top for game 1. NIFLHEIM Wargs have got to find a win in game number 2 to get that qualification chance for a game number 3. But it's all got to start here in game number 2. Can they tie up the set, or is this going to be another 2-0 sweep for Hex Mambo? Let's jump right in with the casters for game 2.
Hex Mambo and the NIFLHEIM Wargs trying to push it to 3 for the Wargs. Hex Mambo trying to clean it up here. It's Frog, it's Myth, it's Dud.
That Screech gives you vision so long as you're able to pick up the proc of it. And so should be able to chase out Johnny given the opportunity. Vampiric Bat's off the mark, knocked up in a tower. Rapio still has ultimate. Be forced to use it here, but that is as critical a failure on execution from Rapio as possibly could have been. That is the only world where Bat Out of Hell needs to get channeled. And now, if he locks eyes with Johnny, who still has Assassinate, by the way, might just die here. Fortunately for Rapio, Johnny just uses an entire kit clearing out the jungle. And Hawk, off the back of a phenomenal play, loses it all.
Oh no, he gets soloed in the mid lane. I'm going to call it a solo kill, even though most of the damage, I think, was done early there by Rapio.
What was previously in Season 9 a 4-minute rotation has been pushed back to that 8 to 9 minute mark as Johnny, nice ultimate, connects with Gunter, and that should just be it.
It is. Johnny cleans up the kill onto the mid laner, but now Rapio looking to answer back, needs one more auto, and will find Johnny in return. Preds lurking in the waters, finds safety under the tier 1 tower, but Davey and Spudio have both rotated over to this side of the map as well. All it'll do is burn the mounted archery, and once again has the ability to respond a little bit better now.
Yeah, I agree. It's not as if Hex Mambo are looking at a composition like Game 1 where it's get to 30 and just win.
Wow.
Which is why we see these attempts here. Gunter stuck in the tower, bleed no good.
No way!
Johnny has to go back in, but Hawk in trouble on the other side.
In trouble is right. Rapio channels the ultimate, but does not hit the last strike and misses the Vampire Bats as well. Hawk on single-digit HP, but he cannot find the trade. It'll be a 1 for 2 there.
It's almost certainly going to be serrated edge, but with Johnny, I know he's just such a massive fan of the hasten katana. Maybe he switches things up.
Kha'Zix's caught out here and will get the CC channeled. He has not gotten to play the game, but I don't know if they have the damage. They've rotated over, and they do have the damage. They take down the support, but they've used everything to do it, and Julio is rotated over now from the soul lane. Old Skit channeled on the escape, and Johnny is forced to use
Rapio should be able to displace himself pretty easily. This is a telegraph play. If Kana's this far up, you got to think there's something happening behind it. Kha'Zix has to go to the Fury.
He TP'd over, keeping Spudio out, but Julio and Kha'Zix are in between him and his team onto the Gold Fury, and they don't really have the shred to keep this one. They might have the shred onto Kana, though, as Rapio finds his way into the backline, forces the Rama ultimate, and now Hawk is into the home sweet home in the backline as well. But Spudio is getting chased down and will be cleaned up by Rapio. On the other side of the fight, though, Johnny has arrived, and he will trade out the soul laner. A 1-for-1 thus far, and low health bars for the Wargs, but they'll continue to chase on the back of Rapio, and under the tier 1 tower he will dive. But it's Julio has continued to maintain this frontline position. Everybody
on Gunter, and all of a sudden that opens the door completely, or Johnny does the exact same, poking and prodding for positioning. It's really all they can do.
Yeah, an unforced error may be exactly what they found, as Hawk was up a little bit too far, but Gunter is turned onto as well, and Spudio trades the mid laner for mid laner, as now Julio finds a double fearless onto the tanks, and that leaves Johnny alone with the carries. He'll find one, he'll find two, and it's now Rapio alone versus 4, as Spudio finds a triple as well. Out of nowhere, the Niflheim Wargs get decided, and Hawk, for everything that he lost, will just trade 5-for-1. They're headed towards the FG.
Talk about the wind being knocked out of your sails there, Frog. The Niflheim Wargs find their free pick
before anybody gets a chance to push with it, but if they're careful, Niflheim Wargs will use this as an opportunity. Kha'Zix with a beautiful ultimate early to dissuade the push, and it will do exactly as it intended. Gunter and Davey do not get to step up to the Phoenix, and Preds left alone in the jungle. Johnny will find that pick as well, and now they may look to stop the backs. Davey has no idea he might be dead from the bleed, and Johnny and Hawk combine. 3 fall now, and Julio and Spudio grab themselves a left side bird and still have their Titan at full HP. They might bring the rest of the team here and try and push.
Could be. Maybe you want the Titan to delay a little bit here, not necessarily push it all the way into the enemy Titan room, and instead have it get there as you start to approach that mid-Phoenix. It's just Julio trying to buy time, distract the members of the Niflheim Wargs as the rest of MAMBO work their way down the center of the map. Mid Phoenix already down to half.
Runic bomb channeled, and it will get taken down, and now the rest of the team may look to end the game here. Gunter and Rapio Pretz looking to defend, but the Titan is falling fast. It's down to 20% HP. Julio's in on the ultimate, and it'll be Hex Mambo who take it in 2.
Man, the Wargs, I love the idea. Keep pressure up on the right.